Hi everyone, welcome to today's 15-minute yoga flow for stability. This is a short and sweet class to help you find your focus and connect with your breath, mind and body. When you're ready, find a comfortable seated position, rolling the shoulders back and down, maybe closing the eyes, and taking a moment to arrive in the present moment. You might like to call to mind one word that you would like to embody throughout the course of this class and take with you throughout today. Letting go of any distractions, recognizing where you are, acknowledging that this is a safe space. We'll take 3 more slow, gradual breaths, inhaling through the nostrils and exhaling. When you are all ready, we'll come to face the short edge of our mat, coming into a tabletop position on all fours, Varmanasana. And from here, we will widen our knees slightly, sink our hips back towards our heels, walk our arms out in front, maybe lowering the chest, the forehead onto the mat, as we come into Balasana, child's pose. Feeling your connection to Mother Earth. Feeling yourself let go a little more with each exhalation, becoming more relaxed, more at ease. Breathe. One more breath. And again, we'll work our way into a tabletop position, beginning to create some small circles with the hips. Bringing the hips back towards the heels, moving the shoulders over the wrists, circling the body in one direction, recognizing that this is your practice and you can modify these positions accordingly, perhaps changing the direction, the fluidity. And from tabletop position, we'll tuck our toes under and lift our knees off the floor ever so slightly as we come into a bear plank, drawing the navel towards the spine. One breath here. And gently lower the knees, untuck the toes. Take a round of cat and cow, neutralizing the spine. And we'll go again, tucking the toes under, floating the knees off, engaging the core. Using the fingers, the palms, the knuckles for support. Staying high on the balls of the feet and gently releasing. One round of cat and cow. Getting ready to go again, tucking the toes under, coming into a bear plank. Slightly hovering the body. Engaging the core. One more breath. And gently release, untucking the toes. Another round of cat and cow. From here, we'll walk our hands out a few inches, tuck the toes, lift the hips up as we push back into Arumukhasvanasana, downward facing dog. Extending the hamstrings, feeling a lovely stretch along the back of the legs as we work on drawing our heels towards the surface beneath us. Finding length along the back of the neck, using the fingers for support. Triceps are rolled backwards, biceps are rolled forwards. Shoulder blades are rolled back and down, creating space near the ears. Taking any adjustments you need. And when you're ready, we'll reach our right arm over and grab the outer edge of our left leg, twisting the chest towards the left side of whatever space you're in. You might like to shorten your stance slightly to achieve this posture. Back to downward facing dog, and we'll take it on the other side, using the left palm to grab a hold of the outer edge of the right ankle, twisting the torso to the right, maybe closing the eyes. Working on warming up the spine from all directions. One more breath. And back to downward facing dog. From here, we'll begin to slowly walk our feet towards our hands, taking as many steps as you like as we come into a forward fold, bending the knees considerably. You might like to come into ragdoll, interlacing your hands on opposite elbows, grounding down through the heels, perhaps swaying side to side, letting go. On your next inhale, we'll plant our palms down, come up into a halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. And again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. On your next inhale, we'll ground down through the heels, slowly rolling up one vertebra at a time, extending the arms overhead, finding length along the body. Exhale, lower the hands to heart center. Floating the arms down by your side, we'll turn to face the long edge of our mat. We're going to transition into Rukshasana, tree pose, grounding down through the right leg, externally rotating the left foot. There are several modifications you can take. You might like to keep your foot grounded, placing your left heel on the inner seam of that right ankle. You might like to place the foot along the inner seam of the calf, the upper thigh, using your hands as a guide, maybe placing either palm on either hip, finding stability, staying grounded. Perhaps joining your palms together at heart center in Namaskar Mudra. Working on engaging that core, a slight tuck of the pelvis. We're not arching the back here. Perhaps inhaling and extending the arms overhead, growing tall like a tree. Feel yourself grounding through that right foot, rooting down into the earth. Trusting your capacity, acknowledging where you are right now. Maybe closing the eyes for an additional challenge. Letting go. We'll take about 5 gradual breaths in this posture. From here, we are going to transition into Tada Kapotasana, standing pigeon pose. Keeping your left leg elevated, maybe with support, we're going to place the lateral edge, the outer edge of that left foot on top of the right thigh. Keeping the foot flexed. If you wobble around a little bit, that is okay. Working on stretching the outer hips, maybe joining the palms together, sinking your hips back as though you're sitting in a chair. Finding stability, finding inner peace. This is a wonderful posture to strengthen the muscles, the joints, the ligaments of the ankles, the calves, our feet. And gently releasing, shaking the hips out once or twice. And we'll get ready to go on the other side. You might like to take a moment in Tadasana to collect your breath, arrive in this moment. And when you're ready, we will externally rotate our right leg, placing the right foot somewhere along the inner seam of that left thigh, really grounding down through that left foot, the heel, the ball of the feet, all 5 toes. Finding a hand gesture that is conducive with your energy levels for today. Settling in. Tuning into the breath. Perhaps reminding yourself of that single word intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Breathe. We are going to transition into standing pigeon. If you need to place your foot down for a moment, that is okay. An opportunity to jump right back in. Placing the outer edge of that right foot on the left thigh, flexing the foot to protect the knee joints, working on sinking those hips back, keeping the hips squared. Breathe. It is perfectly natural that one side might feel quite different than the other side, and this is an opportunity to invite some more compassion and practice into harmonizing all regions of the body. One more breath. You might like to take a moment to walk the legs around on the mat a little bit. It can be quite nice after these challenging static postures to find a release. We are going to set up for Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3, grounding down through the right leg, flexing the left knee at hip height, joining the palms together at heart center, hinging from the hips, shifting the torso forward as we extend our left leg back behind us, keeping the foot flexed, toes and knees are pointed to the surface beneath you, working on squaring those hips, using the glutes, the hamstrings to lift that leg up. Find length along the back leg and through the torso, the crown of the head. Relax the muscles of the face, seeing if you can engage the core a little more, drawing the navel towards the spine. If you feel yourself wobbling around at all, simply guide yourself to the breath, maybe finding a soft gaze, helping you re-equilibrate, finding your connection to this moment. One more breath. And beginning to slowly release, coming back up to a standing position, lowering your left leg down, moving the hips once or twice. And we'll take Virabhadrasana 3 on the other side. Inhale, extend the arms overhead. Exhale, lower them to heart center. Flex the right knee, raising it at hip height. From here, we'll begin to hinge forward as we extend our right leg back behind us, finding that engagement. And keeping a micro bend in that left knee so that we're not hyperextending the joints. We're protecting our muscles. This is a safe posture. We'll take about 5 gradual inhalations and exhalations in this posture. And when you're ready, beginning to release, coming upright to a standing position, floating the arms down by your side, taking any adjustments, and again walking around on the mat, loosening those legs as we set up for our final position, Garudasana Eagle. We are going to ground down through our right leg. We're going to flex the left knee, crossing the left leg over the right. Maybe finding a bind with that left foot, wrapping it around the right calf muscle, and finding a bind with the hands. Placing the right arm over the left, and maybe finding a double bind as you join your palms together. Although these postures, these asanas may look relatively straightforward, they can be quite challenging once we begin to play around with the unilateral balance. So be compassionate with yourself, recognizing your efforts and trusting that every day, every moment is different, and with it brings new opportunities. Gently release, and we'll get set up to take Garudasana on the other side. This time grounding down through the left leg. We'll raise the right leg, crossing the right leg over the left, maybe finding that bind, tucking the toes behind the left calf. And if you wobble out of it, that is okay. Finding stability. And this time we'll have our left arm on top of our right, maybe finding the double bind, joining the palms together. If you press the palms forward, you might notice a sensation and a release around the scapula, the back of the shoulders. Seeing if you can relax the neck. Soften the jaw. One more breath. And gently releasing. Thank you all so much for joining this stability flow. May you all experience focus and concentration for the day ahead. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.